All right, I wanted to show you how to draw the Lewis dot structures for these two polyatomics, just to make sure um, you're understanding. So make sure you draw these yourself first, and then you can look and see how to actually draw it. So remember, with the polyatomics, when you have to consider this charge right here, whenever you have a negative polyatomic, that means you have to add one electron. In this case, over here, we would have to add 2 electrons. So we first count our number of valence. So nitrogen, there's 1 nitrogen, and nitrogen is in group 15, so it has 5. So we're going to add that. Plus, the oxygen is in group 6, or group 16, it has 6. So 6 times 2 is 12. So that gives us 17. But because of this negative, we're going to add 1 more. So that's a total of 18. All right, so now to draw this, we put the one that's by itself in the center. We connect our oxygens to the O. And then we've used up 4 out of the 18. So now we're down to 14. And so we're going to make an octet on the outside first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I don't have my stylus. So, all right, and that's used up 6 out of the 14. I'm going to use 6 more, making an octet for your outside atom. And then I've used up 12, so I've got 2 left over. So that goes here. So as you can see, we have not an octet for the middle one. So we're going to erase the outside 2 of these right here. And then we're going to make that into a bond. So as you can see, we got 2, 4, 6, 8 for nitrogen now. 2, 4, 6, 8 for this oxygen, 2, 4, 6, 8 for this oxygen. But as you can see, because we have 2 of the same element on both sides, I can also make a double bond on this side. So we have to redraw it again. So I put but we're going to flip it, remember? So I'm going to put oxygen, the single bond there with the 6 electrons. Put my double bond now on this side with the 4 electrons, and then the 2 that are right there. So you have to draw it both ways. You also have to put it in brackets. Now we had to put it in brackets for 2 reasons. You got 2 different ways, so you got to put it, that's our resonance. And plus you have to show that it's a polyatomic, so I'm going to put my negative right outside the brackets. So that's your answer for the NO2 negative. All right, let's look at the SO3, 2 negative. So sulfur, there's 1 sulfur, and sulfur is in group 16, so there's 6 there for sulfur. Oxygen is also in group 16, but there are 3 of those, so that's 12, or excuse me, 18. And then we're going to add those up, and that'll give us, what is that, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 24 plus the 2, and that gives us 26. So now when we draw it, we're going to put the oxygen in the center, attach your, excuse me, let's redo that. We're going to put sulfur in the center because that's the one by itself, and we're going to put our oxygens going around it. So I've used up 6, so I'm down to 20, and I'm going to put my dots going around each of the outside atoms. see. So I've used up 18. So that leaves me with 2. And I'll put the last 2 here. All right, so now I've used up all my valence electrons, and all of our atoms, or all of our atoms are 8, 8, 8, and 8. But because we have a polyatomic, we didn't have to draw a resonance for this one, but we still had to put it in brackets with, I'm going to put it over here, -2, because I ran out of room. So you could put it on that side. But that is how you would do your Lewis dot diagrams for question number 29. So with polyatomics, you have to make sure you put them in brackets, or if you have resonance, you have to put them in brackets. I hope this helps.